Talk in the UCC. I'm Anthony Rosado.
Hi, I'm Tenzin Consol. Today we have here with us Jessica Jin. Hi.
Hi.
She's currently a senior here at Stony Brook University and she'll be graduating this winter. She's majoring in information systems and applied math.
She aspires to be a CEO in a tech company that creates medical devices. She also is specializing in vocalist performance and piano playing.
So we
have Jessica Jin.
Yes, and don't forget I'm from Shanghai, China.
So we met Jessica Jin at Black History Month's open mic program and we were very mesmerized by the performance that she did there. So we just wanted to know, what does music mean to you and why did you decide to perform at Black History Month?
Yes, so music definitely means a lot to me. First, it means that I can actually express myself, even the story behind each music, to a large audience. Say I'm playing waltz, I can create this image of people dancing on the dance floor and to the audience who is listening to the music. Also, because my native language is not English, it's actually Mandarin, whenever I hear maybe music in Chinese, I feel like I'm related to it and also relate to the roots of myself. So that also helped me with, being different country, because I'm an international student here, to feel like home. And the reason why I perform at the Black History is because at the opening ceremony, I was really inspired by the open ceremony speaker, who happens to be a surgeon from Jamaica. And in her speech, she really talked about how important to realize you have a choice, no matter what situation you are in. It's because for me, I'm an international student. Of course, every day for me is a challenge. I'm trying to do my best, overcome everything. But sometimes you are a little bit trapped in a situation like, what's next? Where's the hope? But at that time, you tell yourself, there's a choice. You can either be positive about it, or you can be like, I don't know what I can do, So that really tells me that wherever you go, you have a choice. And for me, there's no difference between people from different backgrounds, maybe racial, political. They're all the same to me. So when I see this opportunity, I want to be there for them and show my support. And music is something I'm always passionate about, and I'm good at because lots of people tell me about it. So I thought it would be just a way to, show my support through music, which everyone can, understand.
Yeah, and I definitely think that the way she talked about how Chinese brings a closer cultural connection, I can definitely relate that because I'm Tibetan, and when I listen to Tibetan music or any music that's not English, it just brings a very unique type of cultural connection. It's not the same feeling listening to English songs, so it definitely brings a closer contact.
Yes,
I feel like. Yeah.
So during open mic night, we have these opportunities to share these different cultural experiences and stuff. And particularly with Jessica, she's very animated whenever she plays. So here we have a short clip of her playing.
After we watched your performance, I noticed that you're very fluid with your gestures. You seemed very expressive, and it was nice to see that because I felt like the audience kind of got a closer look at the piece in itself as well, and also because you were so expressive, it kind of made us feel more sentimental and closer in contact.
Yes, definitely.
The music that you're presenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I remember my piano teacher told me that you are not just playing piano using your fingers, you are using your whole body,
Exactly, yeah.
each keyboard, they have different kind of accent.
Yeah.
Even if it's not playing an instrument, it's the aspect of music itself. It makes you feel things. It makes you want to move. That's why you see like, I don't know if you've been in the NYC train, but people like dance to music with their headphones on,
Yeah.
all crazy and stuff.
Yes.
You're feeling it. So with piano pieces like this, it's really more of, it's less, I want to say, it's not less animated, but it's more like, wow, this, the way she's playing her music, it makes me feel good inside, all warm and cozy.
Definitely. Yes.
That sort of thing.
Yes.
And what I wanted to ask you about was, why did you decide to choose Scott Joplin? What about him made you feel like you could
to express it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a great question. Actually, first I wanted to show that, you know, Scott Joplin is a person who can represent the topic of resilience, because himself, you know, his parents actually went through a very difficult time, you know, like his father came here as a slave and worked really hard to maybe work for the real world as a worker. And I remember reading his story about how his mom was working really hard just to pay his piano lessons with food. And even himself made a name for this music industry, where you really see, you know, African American people to really make the name for them. And what's more important is that he used his own talents to combine music from, you know, maybe Western, more like waltz and classical elements, with what is like African Americans like rag music, to create this beautiful music that's like a new kind of way of telling another story, you know. Yes, and that's why I really think he will be a great, you know, people to look up to, and tell people that, you know, no matter what you were born with, you have to have a dream. You just gotta go for it, and there will be, you know, something that come with it.
Thank you so much for enlightening us with this piece of information. And I was just wondering, when did your love of music begin, and when did you know that was the it moment? You know?
Yeah, of course. Honestly, when I first started, probably I started when I was 3, because my mom told me that I was just really showed interest in piano. So she started to put me to piano lessons, and she told me I practiced 8 hours every day, even during summertime where every kid was like outside. So, and but I didn't know, you know, I was just a kid. But I came here was 15, from Shanghai, China to Rhode Island, and I brought tons of stuff. Besides the clothes I wear and everything, I brought this like USB, you know, kind of this with music that I grew up with, maybe waltz or classical or Chinese music, and I realize how important music is actually part of who I am. And people always tell me that, oh, I love when you were playing piano. I was like, oh, thank you. You know, it's people who around me also made me realize that I can use it as a language, or, you know, a tool to relate to people. So that's when it really started, and now even grow stronger as, you know, I became, you know, more like a student leader on campus, and feel like I can still remember who I am, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, because I feel like a lot of music now, at least what I see in hip-hop, there's a storytelling aspect to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I wanted to ask you, how does the aspect of storytelling bring attention to the cultural elements in a song? So like in hip-hop, for example, traditionally it was about the surrounding environment.
Yeah.
And the difficulties that came with it, whether it be police brutality or poverty or crime. These different factors sort of created this hip-hop culture itself, and manifested into this music industry that we know today, this genre of music. So How would you answer this question?
Yes, storytelling honestly is always the best way to really tell people about new idea, and especially when you think about culture, there's so many different, perspectives just about one culture already, and you wanted to tell one story, and what's the better way is storytelling. Just like how I opened my performance by telling the story of Scott Joplin, and then resonate about the audience, and then get them engaged about what's gonna happen, and then make them realize, wow, that's something I can learn from, I can relate to, and ultimately you share the differences or between cultures by using music, which is like one language, because people just listen to and enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting was you mentioned that music serves as a tool, and it's universal. Because it's a tool and because it's universal, everyone, when we're down, when we're sad, when we're happy, we rely on music to kind of serve as the bridge to gap some of these issues that we're facing, or just whenever you're feeling happy, you want to listen to music. When you're on the train, you want to listen to music. When you're in the car, you want to listen to music. So, yeah.
It's very good. And I got one more video clip for you guys to enjoy more music and piano I play.
So again, we'd like to thank you guys for joining us during UTalk, and thank our guest, Jessica Jin, for coming over and talking about her different aspects and her take on music, and as well as appreciating her showing clips of her performance.
And we definitely appreciate your time and effort to come here and sit down with us to talk about music, culture, your experiences, just travels, and everything. It's been very enlightening. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys.